That's what I would call my fans if I was an actual YouTuber, not just some guy who does this to make a fool of myself for my students. Anyway, it's been a little bit, so let me explain why I'm making this video. A while back, in September, I entered into a fantasy football league with some students at the high school. Now, for me, this was kind of just a side league. My main league is actually with a bunch of guys that I have been good buddies with ever since high school, and we've been running the league like a dozen years, and that's what took most of my attention over the season. But I did enter in this little side league, and I agreed that if I lost, my punishment for losing the league would be to make a YouTube video of the guys in the league's choosing. Now, so that was the agreement for this little side league that I took on here. Let me just say, though, that I still protest the fact that I lost the league. Okay, number one, my understanding was, and indeed a bunch of the guys' understanding in the league, that the loser was whoever was in last place of the standings when the regular season ended, okay? Then whoever makes the playoffs makes the playoffs. Whoever is in last place in the standings is the loser, and that's it. I was not in last place. I was told that actually it was based off of the consolation ladder of the playoffs for all the guys who didn't make it. I didn't know that. I hadn't been checking for the entirety of the consolation ladder because the regular season was over and I wasn't in the playoffs, and so I was like, whatever. I was told the day of the consolation last place game, by the way, if you lose, you have to do this video. And I'm like, I did not think that this was still going on, I still would have had a good chance to win the game if the Bengals and Bills game had not been canceled. But, hey, hope Damar Hamlin's recovering well, and it happened. What happened happened. So, anyway, I don't think I really lost, but I'm a man of my word, and I'm being a good sport, so I'm making a video. So the guys in the league, they decided what they would like me to do is eat hot wings and answer their questions. So I have a list of questions here prepared by the guys in the league. They got to ask whatever question they wanted, though there are a couple that I am censoring out. And I am having to eat the atomic wings from Wingstop, okay? Official wings of the Detroit Pistons. Pistons kind of suck this year. I thought we'd be a little better, but we still have a really bright, exciting young future to build around. Anyway, I digress. I need to eat these atomic wings and answer these questions. I love spicy foods. I get pretty much any pizza I order with jalapenos on it. Get jalapenos, my Philly cheesesteaks, subs, whatever. But I don't know how I'm going to handle this atomic level heat. I usually have a definite capacity. I was told that I can use dipping, so I have ranch. I also have carrots here. I was told I could have milk, but I'm really doing this thing right, being, man of integrity, and I'm not using milk. In other words, I checked the fridge, and apparently the milk that we have expired on January 20th, so can't be doing that. I do have water, which apparently I'm told makes it worse. So here we go. Also, apologize for the lighting in here. I can't seem to get the lighting right, and I don't really know how to do that, so it just is what it is. So we have the atomic wings from Wingstop. They said I had to go bone in. They also said that I cannot use napkins. So it is what it is. I'm abiding by the rules of the league. And here we go. Our first question comes from Blaine, and his question is, what is your mom's name? I don't really love that he's asking about Mom's Zom. A saint, and the best lady I know, but only back roll is hot. He can know her name. That's just fine. Her name is Carol. Goes by Carrie. But to you, she's simply Mrs. Zom and my mother. And that's the end of that. Happily married to my father for 34? I think like 34 years. So, Blaine also asks, describe your perfect cheeseburger. Well, I'm glad you asked, Blaine. First off, my perfect cheeseburger is going to have bacon on it. It's got to be a bacon cheeseburger. Bacon cheeseburger, I like a good thick burger. Usually get it cooked medium. These are pretty hot. So, usually get it cooked medium. Bacon, I go like pepper jack cheese, jalapenos. Let's see, probably lettuce on there. A brioche or bun or pretzel bun. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got for now. Best burger I actually ever had was at a place called Ollie. It was called, ironically, the Best Burger. It's since closed. May it rest in peace. Anyway, I also love Schlinkers in Jackson. Grew up loving Schlinkers, so that'd be my burger of choice in Jackson. Last question for Blaine. He asked, what would you do if time was paused? It's a great question. I think that I would, just learn everything about everything that there is to know. The whole world. Just kidding. Time was paused. Maybe I'd just train like crazy to become this incredible basketball player. Or maybe I'd like learn an instrument or something. I've always wanted to learn instruments. Could just, time was paused, learn guitar and trombone. Nah, not trombone. Trumpet. Nah. Saxophone. Saxophone. Guitar. Finally learned my ukulele. I don't know. Other stuff. Who knows? Those are Blaine's questions. The spice is real right now, but we're handling it so far. On to Isaac's questions. Isaac asks, pancakes or waffles? Well, let me tell you, Isaac. It really depends on what pancakes and what waffles we're talking about. I'd say in general waffles are a little better. But the plebeian waffles that you guys have probably had most of your lives do not even touch what a real waffle should be. Waffles from Belgium. Okay? My 3 days in Belgium when I was there a few years back were some of the best days of my life, mainly because of the waffles. I ate as many waffles as I could. This is very spicy. I ate as many waffles as I could. The waffles are not spicy. They're actually, in fact, just a perfect texture, a little bit crispy, with cinnamon and sugar. No cinnamon. I don't know why I'm saying cinnamon. The spice is getting my brain a little bit. Just a little bit of sugar, and then you get whatever toppings you wanted on them. They're a street food, not really like a breakfast food with pancakes or with syrup and butter. Wow. I'm butchering this description of Belgian waffles. I'm pretty sure that the spice is affecting my brain, but just take it for what you will. Trust me, if you ever get a chance to go to Belgium, eat as many waffles as you can, or you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Okay. Next question from Isaac. Favorite Toy Story character? It's got to be Buzz Lightyear. He's my favorite fictional character of all time. He is awesome, though. I'm strictly talking about Buzz Lightyear from the Toy Story movies. I did not even see that Lightyear movie, like the one with Chris Evans voicing it. I don't plan to. Don't care about that garbage. I'm a Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story guy. Last question. Isaac asked me, it says, dream girl, question mark. Well, I'll say that whatever woman is the future Mrs. Is my dream girl. And that way, I can be politically correct here. But I will tell you that my first celebrity crush was Emma Stone. And Emma Stone was pretty darn dreamy. Also a fan of Emma Watson. Anyway, the future Mrs. Whoever she may be, who is my wife one day, will be my dream girl. All right. On to Lucas's questions. Lucas asks, what does any average Zom day look like? Well, I won't bore you with the details. I wake up every day, 5 a.m., read the Bible, take a little prayer time, get ready for work. Right now, it's basketball season and I coach. So I basically just come to the school and then don't get back till like 10 p.m. and rinse and repeat. Okay, pretty much working all the time right now. So without going into the, now a day off, Saturday or the summer, or non-basketball season is a different story, but you know, it is what it is at the time being. So Lucas also asks, where was your 16th birthday party? I don't remember. I didn't have like a Sweet 16 big party. I'm sure I hung out with some friends, did something with my family. Don't remember where I was or what I was doing. It wasn't anything huge. I did get my driver's license on the day that I turned 16. So there you go. Lucas also asked what I would do if I was invisible. It's a great question. If I was invisible, I would... I've never really thought about this. There'd be a lot of opportunities to just kind of, if I could choose when I was invisible and not choose, I would love to hide around corners and just pop out at people, freak them out. That would be funny. I think that would give me like endless hours of entertainment. Other than that, I don't know. Figure it out if I ever become invisible. All right. On to Avery's questions. His first question is, what's your mom's number? Well, Avery, none of your dang business. Next question is a total lie. He says, why do you fumble the bag on girls? Wow. Yikes. Not true. You don't know me. And moving on. What's it like being a ginger? Well, Avery, you would never know. But, you know, being a sort of social elite, drawing the attention of everyone, including the ladies, you know, ginger life's a sweet life. Except for all the gingerists out there, and the fact that I get sunburnt walking to my car. All right, last questions. Oh, this is hot. Brought to you by Nathan. He says, how is your basketball team this year? Well, Nathan, been a rough season on the court, but I love my players. I love getting to spend time with them and just develop, as men and as basketball players. And so it's a great group of guys. Those are my thoughts. The next question I am not going to read. That one has been censored out. And the third question is, favorite U.S. president? Well, I have a number that I really like. Teddy Roosevelt was very entertaining. And he also took, while I was recording there, my iPhone just decided that it was full and I had no storage left. So I meant to do this in one take, but couldn't. Here we go, just picking up right where we left off. Favorite president. So as I said, Teddy Roosevelt is an interesting one because he took expeditions into the Amazon, or at least one, not plural, with my great-great-uncle, Father John Zom, who described them as the chummiest of chums. So that's cool. But apparently it didn't end well at all. So anyway, it's just interesting. And I think Teddy's an interesting president. But as in terms of my favorite, I would have to go with George Washington. Had his faults, absolutely. But I think stood for, or at least articulated, a lot of great ideals. The general, as we call him in the biz, who was not, in fact, the original colonial overlord of the what has become United States, as a student once said in my class. No, that was in fact the British. So there we go. That's the video. Don't know if that was enjoyable at all for you, but hey, what do you expect? An L video from an L teacher, for real, for real. So, gotta be for real, is what it is. And stay sweet, Zombie Nation. I thought I should also record finishing the wings. This is my last one. All finished up over here. Actually, we're not too bad. I definitely got off easy, but as you know, shouldn't have been doing this in the first place because I don't really lose that league, so all is fair. Anyway, if you got to the end of this, I feel bad. You apparently had nothing better to do with your time.